Hey guys, just got an idea here from Swoosh Mojo how to get from Cabalis to EC Tunnel. So I figured I'd go ahead and get something started here, a little guide on how I would do it. I'm just gonna make a level 1. We'll put all our points into dexterity, I suppose. Just do that there because, well, we're just making away from keys to make this video up and get a little tutorial of how you guys can get there. And there we go. Alright guys, so we're in, and I just did a little bit with the UI, make it a little bit easier on you guys, a little bit easier on the eyes. If I was a real level 1 newbie, I would just run right there, I suppose, and bum a port off somebody. Or I would wait a while, level up, and get a little money. But I am not going to bum a port off somebody to make this video. I'm going to go ahead and jump on another character, transfer some money over, and then we'll go ahead and get this started. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so we're back. We got some bags full of items from another character. I just did a little drop transfer, you know, no worries. Everybody's always worried about that, but I've never had anything bad happen from it. We're gonna go ahead and sell these. They're just some shoulder item, really heavy, really not worth wearing on anything because they're so heavy. Maybe later on when, you know, resists actually matter, but in leveling they don't. All my characters are still at the leveling stage, so we're gonna go ahead and sell those. Stop showing me these. Oh, that's more than enough. More than enough. Alright. So we have more than enough platinum to tip our friendly neighbor druid or wizard. Alright, so we have 35 platinum, level 1, no experience. How the heck are we going to get to the East Commonlands tunnels? So, this is what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're trying to get to EC tunnels from Cabalis. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the zone map here. We're starting off at East Cabalis. A lot of people would say go to Field of Bone and then Emerald Jungle. There are two spots to get ports, Wizard and Druid. But let's take a look here. If you see, they're they're near, I suppose, but you gotta run all the way up here, run around, just to get to the port, you know, and just to get to the rings. Whenever I try to get a port from somebody, I always try to make it as convenient for them as possible. And to run there and stand there at a low level is pretty dangerous. So one other spot that you can get to from East Cabalis is the Dreadlands. And it's a pretty scary run, but sitting there and waiting for the port, and then on your way back, since you can get an invisibility or a camouflage, it's really honestly the more safer route. So let's take a look here at that real quick. It's you're gonna come in from this side over here, and you really just kind of got to run all the way across to the Lost Valley. It's the same zone. There's no zone or anything. There's no zone line, but you run through, and the only thing that you find is a mob in here. Is a Yeti. He's usually killed, to be honest with you. And then once you make it through, if you're safe, you're safe. You run to the port, you wait for it, and then you're well on your way. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started in East Cabalis. Go ahead through West Cabalis, Lake of Ilomen, FV, Dreadlands, and then we're going to get our port. So let's go ahead and get started with that. First off, we got to get to West Cabalis. From the bank, you just kind of head this way. Alright, we're almost to our first zone line and almost well on our way. It's going to be right here. Alright, so we just made it to Cabalis West, and already we have some nice person asking us if this is our first toon or not, first character that we made. I was honest, I told him no, not looking for anything. I'm gonna go ahead and jump over this. Just keep following that edge of the water all the way, run through these statues and straight into the tunnel here. Follow the sign that says Lake of Ilomen. You can choose either path, it does not matter. And our second zone line. Here we go, into Lake of Ilomen. So here we are after zoning into Lake of Ilomen, and if you chose the other path, you essentially just zone in facing me. What that means is the high road and the low road lead to the same place. Anyway, we are well on our way here. I'm gonna go ahead and run straight out into this nice lush land of bad omens. Anyway, go ahead, kind of pay attention to the side of the wall here to the left. Follow that. Dodge all the mobs you can. Take a look at them, see if they're ready to attack. If they are, try to go around them. If they're not, you can always strafe run. That's what happens when you run to the forward and run to the side at the same time. You will run faster than any monster that essentially has a Spirit of Wolf buff on them. You know, wolves, shamans, anything like that. They'll be able to keep up with you, but just your normal old, you know, skeleton, they won't be able to keep up with you. These saber-tooths, they'll be able to keep up with you with the strafe run, but other than that, you're good. You don't really need Sow. Gonna go ahead and keep just following this wall on the left till it breaks off. Everything cons red at this point, and it will on the way, all the way from here on out. Everything will kill you. If not in one hit, a few hits. If you can get away with that first strafe run. You can also, if you are about to be hit, you can jump, and more often than not, it will put you out of range. So keep that in mind. Do a whole right click with the strafe run, then if you jump at the same time, it'll put you right out of range. So keep that in mind if you have to use that. You do have a limit to your jump. It's up here, it's the energy. Just keep following the wall on the left. Eventually you hit an invisible wall. Just walk around it. From here on out, you're not going to see any more mobs. Now just follow the river to the zone line. Alright guys, we're almost at our third zone line. From here we're going to be going into Firiona Vie. Gets a little scary from here, but We are almost at the end. We have to run through a platoon of scary, dangerous spiders and find a nearly invisible cave. Inside this cave, it's fairly safe, except for there are 2 patrolling wood elves that very much like to kill Ixar. If we are found in said caves by said wood elves, we will be in bad shape. Essentially, I've found the best way to do it is to just, it's pretty easy to make it this far. Just run through the cave. If you find them early on and you can back off, wait a little bit. But if you're in the cave a little ways, just keep going. Just push forward, and if you find them, just run by them and try to make it to the zone line. So here we go. You just follow that wall on the right and find the 2 statues here marking the entrance, and onward. You just follow the path straight. Try to look around the corners. If you see a wood elf, stop. See? Wood elf, stop. He's crossing. That's good to know. That means we're just gonna go ahead and run straight, which is what we want to do. That was perfect. Okay. So there is one other wood elf with a nice staff. She's not going to poke us. She's going to cast spells on us, and it's going to be scary. So just keep running straight through the tunnel here. I don't think we're going to find her. Honestly, I think we got lucky. We saw him early on. Yep, so we made it onto our 4th zone line, which is the Dreadlands. Gonna go ahead and make it through there and onto our port. Perfect. Just keep running straight through all the intersections, all the rooms, everything. Stay on this one path. And alright, into the Dreadlands. Alright, here we are in the Dreadlands. Just hopped through our 4th zone line. Gonna go ahead and try to get to the other side of this zone. From the entrance, I've always found it easiest to just turn right and keep going. Sometimes you immediately run into a spider, and that's all about luck. Sometimes there's a spider right here, and it gonna hit ya. But we are in luck, and you just keep following through the trees here. Following up the wall. When it starts to get a little steep and you find this dead tree, you start to go down. And eventually you are going to hit some skeletons. See? You find these runes covered with skeletons, and you want to go around them this way. You do not want to go around them the other way. You will tango with some spiders and it will be a bad day. So you try to run through here. Whoa, no. And you try to not aggro anything. So you did. Which is good. I can show you what happens if you aggro anything. If you do, you just start strafe running until your next instance. You just want to run to your next zone line. And since we picked this guy up about halfway, or before halfway, it's okay, we can find one. And he's still behind us, I can guarantee that. He's right there. Yeah, he's right there. So just keep running. Strafe running. If you find he gets close, jump. Do one of those. Pull one of those on him. You'll be safe. You can swap directions if you feel like you need to look the other way. And just follow the right wall or the north wall. If you've got an ad, like I do, you just keep following it. If you don't, you just keep following it also. If you do, you just keep following it and trying to dodge all that you can. The only thing you don't want to ever grab is a spider. Spiders will root you and they will ruin your afternoon. So just keep going here. Keep strafe running, keep going to the side. Eventually you will find a hole in this northern wall, and that will be a zone to Warslick's Woods. Ordinarily, you would not have to take this. If you have an ad like I do, you want to jump in here. This is perfect because we have this angry person behind us. We want to make him not so angry at us. So here we go. We found the break. Run towards it. From here, you just kind of want to be funneled down into the zone line. Now remember, only do this if you are under attack. Although this is a safe area here, nothing spawns here. You can sit here like this bard and do whatever you want. Okay, so we just zoned in from the burning wood. We had an ad on us, and it was a good moment to show what to do if you grab onto something that's not a spider after you leave that cave. Right here is a safe area, this big open area. Once you leave this little funnel here, you are back in danger again. And if you grab a dangerous mob that's not a spider, because the spider will root you and kill you, stay away from spiders. If you grab a dangerous mob, then you have to run back here because there is not another zone line before the spiders. Before the rings. So here we go. Gonna go ahead and run around this hump. Sometimes there's a spider up there, so you want to run around it. It's a little bit safer. See, that spider can sometimes be way up here and he'll get ya. So here's where it turns to snow, and it's a little bit easier to dodge mobs when it turns to snow. They're much further apart, but it's a little harder to figure out where you're going. But you just want to keep following the northern wall, keep following the wall on the right, and you'll get there. Also, there's no trees here to block your view. You can see monsters for miles and miles away. And you can see the beautiful sun. gonna go ahead and go around here. I thought I saw a monster up there, so always want to keep an eye out. Keep looking over these sand dunes or snow dunes. I don't know what you call them if they're snow, but keep looking over these snow drifts. That's what they're called. Trying to follow the northern wall. When we first zoned into the Dreadlands, we saw a chat and out of character for somebody who was looking to give out some teleports. They were a druid. Makes it even easier because it means we don't have to ask anybody for a port. We have somebody already wanting to give us one. So there you go. If you don't have a tip, you are saved from somebody who's already here, because this is a common point. People often come here for leveling, for item transfers, so you can always find a druid here who's looking to get somebody away from here, get some more money, or just trying to be helpful. Keep trekking through all this snow along this northern wall all the way up through here. From memory, I know this little valley up here is the northwest corner of the Dreadlands, and right here there is a cave. At the entrance of the cave there's usually a yeti, but it's pretty far away. You can walk up here. 9 times out of 10 you're safe. There's always somebody leveling or doing something. A lot of shamans, monks, druids will come here and they will level, so you can always grab a sow. If it's a druid, you can maybe even get your teleport right here. Right here we have a couple of corpses, so that's bad news. A yeti will spawn right there, but now that we're in this corner, we want to go south a little bit to get to the cave entrance that brings us to the Druid Ring. So we're well on our way here. Always looking over every corner, every hump, trying to make sure there's nothing that can grab us. Our druid is already at the rings, so we're gonna go ahead and try to make it there as quick as possible. Let him know we're on our way. Let him know we're trying to show the whole thing in the video, how to get there. Once you follow the western wall south from the northern corner, you'll find this cave. At this cave, you can either choose to accept the druid that is talking to you, or you can and have him run to you, or you can go from here. Here we're safe. There's nothing that's going to attack us. There's nothing that is attacking us because we made it safely. But the one last mob is in the middle of this cave, and there's no way to get around him without invisibility. So we're going to go ahead, test our luck, see if anybody's killed him, see if we can get through, and get to those Druid Rings. We're gonna go ahead, keep looking around all the corners, making sure that the Yeti is not here, not running in our direction. If he is, or if he isn't, we need to run away and ask this druid if he can very kindly come and pick us up at the other side of the cave entrance. But with any luck, we can make it through. Always looking through the corners. You can look through the ice here, which is very beneficial. Always making sure that Yeti's not going to be there, and he is. So that's unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and make our way back and ask that druid if he can come pick us up at the other side of the cave entrance. Okay, so unfortunately we weren't able to make it through the tunnel, but we will have to come through there on our way back. We will have an invisibility on our way back, and a sow, which will be amazing. We'll go ahead and tip this guy before we get there, just because it makes more sense. Go ahead and tip him 15. And then once we get there, what happened here? He dropped a little bit of rabbit meat. I think I'll take it. So we're gonna go ahead from the entrance here. We're gonna get a port to West Common Lands. From there, we're gonna run east to East Common Lands. Follow the side of the wall to the tunnels, and we'll be there. So there we go. Thank you, Taboon. You are very good. Very good little halfling. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead, get as far away from the ring as possible, and get our bearings. We want to go east. At level 1, we don't have any sort of guide except for what we know. And the Druid Rings are south of the Wizard Spires. So here we are. We're at the Wizard Spires now. That's south. We're going to go ahead, go east. And there we go, just like that. Thank you, Taboon. On our way back, we'll be able to show you how to get through that tunnel. If you're going through the first time, we'll be able to show you, where to go. If the Yeti isn't there, it's kind of good to show you that the Yeti was there, because, in that case, there's only one situation you have. You can't really run through that Yeti. There's no getting by it. But we were able to make it. We were able to get over to West Common Lands and making our way there. Once you get over to the desert, you just keep following the wall on your right all the way to the zone line. Once you hit that zone line, you are in the East Common Lands. Now that we have that sow and that invisibility, works out pretty good, and we're almost there. Alright, as you can see, we've made it into the East Common Lands. Our Auctions are going berserk. People are trying to sell stuff. People are trying to buy stuff. We got to get to where they are. So you just keep following this wall on your right hand. Run past these scarabs that will kill you if you're level 1. But we got that invisibility. We got that Spirit of Wolf. We are in safe mode. Time to go. On your way down, you're going to see these spires here, these runes. You're going to see these undead. They're going to be the only thing that can hurt you with the invisibility. This ghoul might be able to also. So just try to stay high up, close to the edge of the zone, and you will be safe. Alright, we are almost there. The rock over there, that is the start of the tunnel. If you were to run a little bit further, you'd hit the zone line into Freeport if you had some sort of mobs on you and you were Milo level. If you weren't, if you were like say level 10, 15, you'd be safe too. If you had mobs here, run here. You could ask somebody, they'd help you out. There's always people here to help out and be good citizens of Norath, and to sell and buy and trade goods. And from here we want to head back to the Druid Circle, so Druid Rings. So here we go. Follow the wall back on your left. All the way back to that zone line to West Common Lands. Then we're going to get to the ring and we're going to get our port again. Just keep following this wall until you hit this wall. Boom. Alright, now that we're in the West Commons, we want to make it over to the Druid Ring. I always prefer to take Druid ports over Wizard ports. It's nothing personal, just a sow and an invis is always better than an invis. Alright, so we're gonna see if that druid can help us out again. We got whatever items we needed, sold whatever we needed. Got cats talking to us. For now, we just gotta get back to those rings. Closest place to get a portal. As soon as we zone in, we want to get to that wall all the way on our left. Pardon me. all the way on the right. The Druid Rings are at the north part of the map. There they are. Gonna go ahead and stop right here. Pretty safe. Those guys pretty far away from us. Any druids at the ring pretty far away from us. And now we can go ahead and look for a port. Alright guys, we're back. We found a port from East Common Lands. We went to West Common Lands, got to the Druid Ring, and here we are. Nublets is going to give us a ride back to the Dreadlands. He's also going to give us a sow and an invis, I am sure. Always gonna tip. Always tip. I think he's probably getting those spells out right now. I've always found a donation is a donation when porting. You give what you want to give at the time. Whether it be 10, 5, 25, holy Kodiak Bear. And there you go. On our way to the Dreadlands. It's safe there. Nothing's gonna happen. Okay, just got a port to the Dreadlands Druid Rings. We are safe right now, but we have to run through some dangerous areas and quite a far ways, so we're going to keep that Spirit of Wolf and that camouflage on us as long as possible. From the rings, you just want to head south, go towards this hill over here. I would recommend any level being invisible, unless you really want to take on that Yeti. I have a monk that can, but really it just takes up time if you're trying to do stuff. So always get that invisibility, always get that Spirit of Wolf if you can. But again, always tip, because why else would they be doing it? And there he is, terrifying as hell. Run right through him. Now we're in that tunnel. On the other end of him, we're in the safe side. And we just gotta run through. We pretty much do reverse of what we did to get here. But I'll go ahead and show you that real quick. just remove that camouflage because from here on out, the only thing that's really dangerous to us that we need to make sure we dodge for sure are spiders, and they can in fact see through the camouflage. So it really doesn't help in that circumstance. Just keep following the wall on your left side here. Now that you're over to the green, the grass, off of the snow, you're just going to keep following that wall to your left all the way to the corner. Alright, so we got an ad here right at the wall to the Burning Woods again. It's perfect because here you can just jump out and jump right back in, and you won't have any ads or anything. But the rest of the way you want to be careful, because from then on out you just have to run it out and see if you can make it, because you'll be beyond the halfway point. Alright, we're back in the Dreadlands. We've left the Burning Wood after jumping in for a second to drop some aggro. From here on out, we really want to be safe. Don't want to grab any aggro on anything else, or else we will have to just run all the way back. From here on out, you've already bought all your items and everything. You don't have to worry about getting ports for corpse run or anything like that, but still it'd be a pain in the neck. Easiest way to do it is stay as high up as possible. We have that sow, which is great. Ordinarily you would keep your camouflage always strafe running, always looking around. Okay, so made it back to the pillars. Almost at the corner. Got a little bit more to run. Spider way down there. Always keeping your eyes open. I think we'll run around this. Nope. I saw a spider web. That means there's going to be a lot of spiders down there, so we'll probably want to run up and over this. Skeletons over there to our left, so we will stay away. Always trying to look through the trees here. See as much as we can see. At this point, when you get into the really thick trees, you see we've passed those ruins over there. You want to start going south along the eastern wall. Staying away from any of the mobs. See, there's a spider up there. You want to be careful of that on your way out. So, like I said, right about now we go down our south wall and we look for these pillars. Always looking for the ruins that signify the cave. And on our way in. Alright, now we're back in Firiona Vie. Here comes the scary zone. We gotta make it through the tunnel here without getting aggro. Because we're not running towards the zone line, we're running towards an exit to the tunnel. So we just want to be careful. Make sure we don't find those wood elves. Just keep going straight through the tunnel here. And once we get to the exit, we want to go left. Made it through those wood elves. Now we're just gonna make it through the spiders at the end of the entrance here. Or the exit, I suppose. Take a quick look left and right. Then we're just gonna follow the wall here on our left till we reach the river. Then we're just gonna go up the river till we hit the zone line. Alright, here we are at the zone line. Now that we're back in Lake of Ilomen, pretty easy run all the way back to Cabalis. Just gonna follow this river up. Once it gets past the part where it widens up here, we're gonna go ahead and cross it. Okay, before we step off this rock here and go onto the grass, we're going to go ahead and bank a hard right. Start following the right wall all the way up until Cabalis zone line. Now that we're running into these runes, we're almost back to Cabalis. Make sure you're staying away from any of the mobs. They'll still kill you. Alright, we're back at Cabalis. We just need to get to the bank. We're well on our way. Now that we're in West Cabalis, or Cabalis West, we're going to go ahead and run through the cave here, ignoring the Ixar Hermit. Run back through the statues that we ran through so long ago, up over the gap. We're going to jump the gap. Keep following the right wall all the way around. Gonna keep following the right wall until we get to this plank. Run across the plank. Keep following that right wall. Gonna pass that zone line and this tent. Run over this plank. Past the monk guild where we started, and here we are back at the bank with Ninja Turtle.